The park employees' knowledge and expertise proved invaluable, and the group was able to move forward with renewed confidence and a better chance of survival. The group, consisting of one security guard, Thomas, Timothy, Wendy, Marco, and two others, set off towards the arcade, armed with their water guns and water balloons. They were determined to clear out the zombies and secure the area. The control center operator was in constant communication with them, helping to identify the park's infrastructure that could give them an advantage over the zombies. As they approached the arcade, they could hear the zombies inside, their moans and groans growing louder with each step. The group formed a tight formation, with Thomas leading the way and the others following closely behind. They entered the arcade, ready for battle. The zombies were everywhere, their rotting bodies filling the room. The group fired their water guns and water balloons, taking out as many zombies as they could. The zombies were slow and uncoordinated, making them easy targets. But there were too many of them, and the group knew they had to be careful. The control center operator was able to guide the group through the arcade, pointing out alternative routes and emergency exits. He was also able to control the power to certain areas, blocking zombies from entering. This helped the group to stay one step ahead of the zombies, giving them the upper hand. As they fought their way through the arcade, the group encountered a large number of zombies. They were surrounded, and it seemed as though they would be overrun. But the group held strong, using their water guns and water balloons to keep the zombies at bay. They worked together, each one covering the other as they fought their way through the horde. The group was making progress, but the zombies were relentless. The fight was intense, and the group was getting tired. But they pushed on, knowing that they had to secure the arcade. The control center operator, using his knowledge of the park's infrastructure, decided to turn on holograms of water animal mascots dancing in swimwear. These holograms were projected at each corner stage of the arcade, and their purpose was to lure in the zombies. The chants seemed to be luring the zombies to the mascots. Fun, fun, fun at Funland, where the rides never end. Adventures waiting, come and play. Funland, a place to spend your day. The zombies, being mindless creatures, were easily distracted by the holograms and started to move towards them. This allowed the group to surround and clear out the zombies more efficiently as they were gathered in one place. The group used this opportunity to take out as many zombies as they could. Finally, the group emerged victorious. The arcade was clear of zombies, and they had secured the area. They were exhausted, but they were alive. They had worked together as a team, and it had paid off. They knew that there might still be more zombies to deal with, but for now, they could rest easy knowing that they had secured the arcade. The control center operator's quick thinking and use of the park mascot holograms had helped them to secure the arcade in a more efficient and effective way. The second group, consisting of the other security guard, Sophie with her friends, and a few other survivors, now with the guidance of the control center operator, made their way towards the Waterfight Plaza. The operator had instructed the security guard on how to funnel the zombies into the Battle of Waterloo attraction, an inside ride where the carts were equipped with water guns mounted on them. As they approached the Battle of Waterloo ride, they could see the zombies gathered around the attraction. The security guard quickly put his plan into action, directing the group to lure the zombies towards the entrance of the ride. The zombies were easily convinced, as the guard was a bit chunkier and seemed like a good meal. Once the zombies were inside, the control center operator activated the ride and the carts began to move. The group got in the carts and started to shoot the zombies with their water guns. The zombies were slow and uncoordinated, making them easy targets. The control center operator also put the water guns at max pressure, making the zombies' heads and limbs explode on contact. The group rode through the attraction, shooting zombies left and right. The ride was designed to be fast-paced and thrilling, and the group was having a blast. They laughed and cheered as they shot the zombies, feeling a sense of accomplishment as they cleared out the attraction. The zombies didn't stand a chance. As they reached the end of the ride, the group emerged victorious. The attraction was clear of zombies, and the group had secured the area. They were exhausted but exhilarated by the experience. They had worked together as a team, and it had paid off. The control center operators' guidance and use of the park's infrastructure had helped them to secure the area in a more efficient and effective way. For now, they could rest easy knowing that they had secured the Waterfight Plaza. They high-fived each other and praised the control center operator, feeling proud of their achievement and ready to tackle the next challenge. With the Battle of Waterloo and the arcade secured, the group set off to explore other areas of the park. They were determined to survive and escape the park, and with their combined efforts and teamwork, they were confident they could do it. They were no longer just a group of strangers, but a family united in their struggle against the zombies. Then they got a call from the girl at the control center. She just announced that there were no more zombies to be found in the park. They had done it. They had survived. The group cheered and hugged each other, feeling a sense of accomplishment and relief. Sophie and Marco, who had grown closer during their time in the park, shared an intimate conversation. They talked about their experiences and their feelings for each other. It was clear that they had developed a strong connection during their time in the park. Timothy, Wendy, and Thomas, who had been Marco's friends before the outbreak, were teasing Marco about ending up with a girlfriend out of all of this. They joked about how they never thought Marco would be the first to find love in a zombie apocalypse, but they were happy for him. The group decided to spend the night in the park, in the control center. They were tired but also a bit reluctant to leave. They had grown so close to each other that they felt like a family. They spent the night talking, laughing, and reminiscing about their experiences in the park. The next day, the group decided to leave the park and continue their journey together. They had formed a bond that would last a lifetime, and they knew they could count on each other no matter what the future held. As the group prepared to leave the park, Wendy noticed something strange outside the employees' entrance. There were people in hazmat suits standing over a homeless person who was lying on the ground. As she approached, she noticed that the person was the same one who had been loitering around the park the day before. Wendy quickly realized that this person was likely Patient Zero, the source of the zombie outbreak. He had attacked the employees who were playing the clowns as they got into work in the morning, infecting them and starting the chain reaction that led to the outbreak. Wendy immediately informed the group of her discovery. The group was shocked and saddened by the news. They had been fighting for survival, not knowing the origin of the outbreak. The army was outside and had cordoned off the area, taking the necessary measures to contain the outbreak. The group felt a mix of emotions. They were relieved that the park was safe and the outbreak was contained. They also felt sadness for the innocent lives that were lost. As the group was leaving, a man in a suit approached them. He introduced himself as the park director and expressed his gratitude for their heroic efforts. He explained that because of their actions, the outbreak had been contained and the park was safe once again. The park director then surprised the group by offering each survivor a lifetime pass to Funland. He thanked them for their bravery and for their help in protecting the park and its visitors. The group was touched by the gesture and thanked the park director for his generosity. Suddenly, without a word, Wendy rushed back into the park and re-emerged several minutes later holding the stuffed animal she had forgot in the control tower. "I can't believe I almost forgot about Trumpet the dolphin in the control tower," she exclaimed. The group left the park laughing with a sense of accomplishment and a newfound appreciation for the park and its staff. They had faced unimaginable challenges and had come out victorious. They knew that they would always have a special connection to Funland, and they would cherish their lifetime passes as a reminder of their heroic efforts. As they walked away, the group couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and camaraderie. They had faced the zombies together, and they had emerged victorious as a team. They knew that they would never forget the experience and that they would always remember the people that were lost and the bonds they had formed.